ladies, cause I'm off to the hole in the road. I'm walking off school and I'm off to the city, watching telly all night and I'm not looking pretty. See, I got this job downtown, selling knocked off ladies watches for £1. For a really dodgy man that I met in a dodgy cafe. You know, he said to me, the girl who sold these yesterday wasn't selling very carefully. Police came along and took her and all my watches away. So if you see some coppers, you grab my stuff and leg it, boy, right away. I'll be in the cafe. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. So it's been a few hours and I haven't sold enough for my bus fare home. Street selling's pretty tough, so I turn on the charm for the lunchtime rush. With a smile and a wiggle on my schoolboy touch. So the charm is working in the underground. There's a crowd of men and women gather round, and the watches they are going, the money is a-flowing. Think I'll take a little extra, stick it in my pocket, spend you later. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I haven't sold a watch for an hour and I'm dying for a slash. I've had enough of this, so I'm off for a piss. Then a quick walk back round to the cafe. Sitting at his table drinking tea, looks at me suspiciously. Then with a glance at the watch he says, how did you do? He paid me a couple of quid, then he said, would you like to come and work another day? I said I'd come back down on Friday, and to that he said okay. So with £2 in my pocket and another 5 in my shoe, I nipped down to Castle Market, where a man who looks like Leo said is selling pots with cockles and prawns. You make me feel like dancing. Then off back to dinner on the Wiggers and then home. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield.
Okay, I think I picked it up there right at the end. I did. I think I was on time tonight. Getting used to Jason's musical collection here in the background. So I suppose a lot of people are wondering, what the fuck is the title tonight? Well, we'll get into that in a little while, and I'll take you through it. What I know, what I think I've figured out, if it is possible to figure any fucking thing out about what's going on with Raconteurs news. But look, what I'll probably do is I'll probably just ramble on for a while and wait for a few people to come in. There's no point hitting on the topic until there's enough people here. We're a little bit later tonight. I was out for a few beers with a friend, and it was almost so late. I was thinking, what's the point, man? You don't have enough time, and blah, blah, blah. But it turned out I did have enough time. So anyway, So you've got like a totally unscripted show tonight, totally unscripted. And I have a few news stories that I do want to cover, but I don't want to sort of like uh, put those stories above like one of the most important ones, which is about the future of raccoons, right? Which has become apparent to me over the last week. Okay, so until a few more people roll in, I'll just ramble on the way I fucking normally do, talk shite like, you know. So I'll take them all. I'm just rolling a spliff here. I never do that online, never. But tonight I'm rolling a spliff. So how you doing, Mascara? And Steve Dragoose, how you doing, Steve, mate? Sorry I missed your show last night. Uh, I've been I've been on one this last week. I've been on one. I have to say, just some realizations have actually sort of like been realized. So I've been avoiding my usual hangouts, like and talking about what's going on in the world. So, but give it a moment, yeah. You'll get my full thought process on the whole goddamn thing. Plant extracts. Is that's Paul? I think that's Paul. How you doing, Paul? Um, Paula, how you doing, Paula, kid? How you? Good to see you, girl. Timothy McPherson. My God, uni. Good lad, a good lad. And um, look, good to see you back in again. It's been a while. Johnny, how are you doing, Johnny? And Timothy is saying his email is always open for anyone to message. So, like, you know, you can, at least you can always be assured that you got your local place to go to where if you're interested in talking about Hitler, you can always go to uni anyway. So, and the National Socialist Movement, of course, which is going to save the world. But good to see you back, uni. Good to see you back, bro. Have been missing you. Have been missing you. At the same time, let's keep up. Like, yeah. How you doing, Paul, mate? How you? Uh, nice to see you back again. Um, yeah, good to see you too, Johnny. Yeah, Paula, it is good to see Uni back in the chat, man. Back with his family, like, because you know what, people do care about him here. Doesn't matter whether we agree with him or fucking not, like, but he's he's part of the family, whether we fucking like it or fucking not. And he'll always be a brother to me. How you doing, Rich T? Welcome. Thanks for joining in at this ungodly hour. It's very late, man. Very, very late. As I said, I was out for a few drinks tonight with a friend of mine. I've been I have to be careful what I say but I've been looking out for him for a number of weeks now. And so it was an important meeting, and I didn't get out. I expected to be out of the pub a lot earlier, but that didn't happen. That you can't go to the fucking pub and just have one, right? It never fucking works out that way, does it? So I think I had several. I think I had about four, right? I think I had about four beers in the pub, and I'm kind of half flying here now at the moment, and I'm gonna top it off now with one of these bios, right? I'm gonna top it off with one of these bios. There's times I wish I had shared spliffs with Jason on this stream. It probably would have happened. Man. Where myself and the fucking And the baldy boyo with the one leg, man, would have been fucking just shooting the breeze and spitballing with each other, smoking spliffs, man. I haven't done much smoking spliffs in years, man. But this last month, I've had a few, and it was just like, whoa, shit, man. I've forgotten how cool this is, right? Forgotten how cool it is just to smoke a spliff, right? And so I'm going to be having one tonight while we're at this fucking shit, man. And I've got a tough topic to talk about with you tonight. A very, very tough one. So it's kind of like it's going to be a family thing. Hopefully, it's we have some tough choices to make. Um, we have some tough choices to make now about what we're going to fucking do. So, and rather than start into that now, I'm just going to let a few more people roll in if there are a few around, right? Because this is kind of like an important topic, and it has to be spoken about. Has to be spoken about one way or the other. I mean, but anyway, let's just park it just for a moment, and I'll get this thingamabobby thing going, like, and get sparked up, right? Um, so I hope you've had a good week and all like that. Like my week's not been too bad. Like summer is kind of back, kind of, kind of back. It's not doing a whole lot, like but it's kind of back. It's warmed up a little bit. There's been so much happening in the world. I just can't keep up with it all. Like and I suppose pressing matters being more closer to home. Like the events of the world just seem to be sort of like fading into the background as the communist march to take over the whole fucking world continues. Um, I'm kind of like brought back a lot more this last week just to what we're going to do, right? What are we going to do as a family? You know, I mean, I don't even know where to start with this, right? I don't even know where to start with this. Yeah, Paul, a sovereign smoke. Indeed. Just gonna have a sovereign fucking smoke, man, for a change. And fuck the begrudgers, right? Just fuck them. It's not even something I'm even that interested in these days. I mean, I like a bit of smoke, but just not the way I used to. Like, I mean, years ago when I was younger and carefree, I didn't give a fuck. Really didn't give a fuck, man. I'd smoke fucking 7 days a week, man. Hello, kitty. I would. I'd smoke 7 days a fucking week. It wouldn't cost me a thought. Like, but these days I'm just not so interested in it. And um, but I suppose for tonight, I suppose a small smoke will be in order because I'm going to be talking about Jason, and I'm going to be talking about the channel, and I'm going to be talking about where the fuck are we going to go, right? What the fuck are we going to do? Or are we just going to continue on? Because there's a lot of moving parts at the moment, um, not just channel wise, but if you're kind of like looking externally at the moment, like what's going on with YouTube and a lot of the platforms, the censorship is going to crank up big time. So, um, so it's going to get much harder to keep a channel going, right? And th- this is this is the this is where the rubber meets the road, people, right? Um, I mean, like, if it was up to me, I would keep the channel going, but it's not up to me, right? And it's not like anybody's coming in saying I can't keep it fucking going. But the truth of the fucking matter is, we have no access, right? We have no access to Raconteurs news, okay? And it's not through lack of trying, okay? I have tried. I have tried. I got a download of information of emails and passwords and access information for various different channels and sources, and it's like, okay, well, surely with this information we can make it work, right? So I had a lot of information to run on. So I had multiple email accounts that I could probe. For lack of a better term, I'm just going to call it probe because that's what you do when you're a bit of a hacker. You probe information systems and you see if what you can make them do, see if you can get access, and with all the information that I have, right, and it's quite a lot. It's quite a lot of emails and even some that weren't given to me, but like extended emails that I got from him, from Jason himself. And I can't get a login anywhere, right? I can't get a login anywhere. What he's saying, you still no response from her, Jimmy. I assume, Uni, you're talking about Danielle. I'll get to that in just a little while, okay? I will. I know what you're saying. It's not a nice way to say it, but I know what you're saying. From her? No, that's Danielle, right? It's not like I didn't have any contact with Danielle, but basically, if I was to sum it up in just a couple of sentences, right, about like how much access that we actually have to the channel here, I would put it like this. I have login information for YouTube. I have login information for Rumble, login information for Odyssey, login information for StreamYard. But here's the problem. None of the passwords connect, right? None of the passwords connect. Yeah, thanks, Steve. Yeah, no, I'll take my time because this is kind of important because people need to know this, right? Everybody wants to keep Raconteurs news going, like, and I understand that. I understand that, like, but I've been coming. I knew this was coming, right? I knew this was coming, but I said nothing because I was still waiting for a small little piece of the jigsaw just to reveal itself, and it did this week. So, but besides that, like, so I've got login information for all sorts of different various sites, but the passwords don't connect. It's very odd. Very odd. But not odd to me. Not odd to me because I think I figured out part of the puzzle, right? I think I figured out part of the puzzle of this odd matrix of emails and passwords, right? Odd, it's a very odd matrix, right? But as far as I can make out, right, Rumble is probably under Jason's name. StreamYard is probably under Jason's name, but through an AOL email, right? Now, I have his email, but none of his standard passwords work on that email. So I can't save StreamYard, right? I can't save StreamYard at all. Uh, Now, don't get me wrong. This doesn't mean that StreamYard is going to be dying anytime soon, but it might do down the road, okay? Nothing, nothing that goes on in the internet sphere is forever, right? I think we should all now be very, very well aware nothing is forever in the internet sphere. It, it all comes to a, a, a tragic romantic ending eventually, right? Where you just lose access to fucking everything, right? And this is uh, this is a problem. This is a this is a big problem, especially when it comes to Raconteurs news, right? So basically, I have the login email for StreamYard, but no password. Okay, that means I can still work with StreamYard because I'm when Jason invited me in, right? He invited me into StreamYard through one of those invite links, and he made me part of a team. But that didn't mean I had administrator access, right? So I have no admin access to StreamYard. Now, that's one part of it, okay? That's one part of it. Now, the Raconteurs news over on Rumble, I have access to that. I have the login details and the passwords. How secure that is, how stable that is, I don't know. Could it disappear tomorrow? Absolutely, absolutely. Because I just haven't looked around the Rumble account and said, am I able to sort of like extrapolate login details and make this Rumble account sort of like permanent? He says, no, I can't vouch that I can do that just at the moment. It may be possible. I don't know. Now, the biggest conundrum of all is the YouTube account, right? That's the biggest conundrum. So to me, anyway, to me, I've because I found the email account for Rumble, or no, for YouTube to be very, very interesting and not Jasonish, right? Not Jasonish, right? So the email account, which is connected to YouTube, is it's got a very, very weird moniker, right? And the first part of the moniker is Andy, right? I'm not going to tell any information because, like, look, there's no, you don't need to know. But the first moniker of a two syllable name is Andy, right? And it would seem that, like, Andy is the man who ran the channel, right? And who set it up. And for whatever reason, moved on. Okay, he moved on. Now, I've heard loads of stories behind the scenes about this, that, and the other, what may have happened, and who thinks what about who. And look, that's irrelevant. Like, at the end of the day, as far as in my strange way of thinking, like Andy Young would have been the creator of Raconteurs News, and this would align. This would definitely align with what I know about Andy way back, donkeys years ago when we were all getting started broadcasting together, right? I remember talking about this with Danielle back when we done the show, okay, when we done that show way back, commemorating Jason's death and stuff like that. And I kind of inadvertently sort of like walked into a fucking minefield with her when I mentioned that like Andy Young might have been the creator of the channel, not Jason. And by God, did she not round on me that night? It's in the interview. It's if you go back and you listen to the to the commemorative tribute to a legend, right? Tribute to a legend. You go back and you listen to that, and if you find that moment in time out where I mentioned that Andy Young created the channel, God, she tore him. She oh good God, and I couldn't. I was in a situation where I just couldn't. I said, no, that's okay. That's her belief. That's okay. Well, but the truth of the matter is, right? Jason wasn't there when Raconteurs News was born. Andy Young was, and Andy was with Enemy Within at the time when he broke from PIR, MSI, all that shit way back years ago, like that fucking dodgy station beaming out of Ireland on the interzones, right? Um, so I was there when Raconteurs News was born. I hated the name Raconteurs News. I fucking hated it, right? I just couldn't get it. But I get it now. I get it now. It's actually a good name. It's a good name, Raconteurs News. Very good name. Bit unusual though. Very, very unusual. But way back though. This is we're talking about 2014 here. That's when Raconteurs News was born. Jason wasn't there. Andy Young, Tony Hurst put it together. It all ended in tears, of course, as things do. You definitely need a bit of a tragedy. There's nothing better than a bit of tragedy just to add a little bit drama to life and stuff like that. And yeah, Paul, Dr. Rock, indeed. How you doing, hide and seek? Don't worry about hide and seek. You're a little behind. I'm talking slow, so you should catch up fairly quick. uh, but where was so? Yeah, if we're going to get back to the crux of the matter, I think Andy Young created RaconteursNews.com, and whatever happened, I don't have the details to this. I know somebody who does know, but I've never probed, right? I know what happened to a certain degree, right? And he just left, probably in a huff. I don't know. Don't know what was going on. And then Jason ended up with the channel. So this is a long about way of going to tell you that I think that the YouTube channel was created by Andy Young. I think Andy Young has the password. And the thing that I don't get is it's connected to a telephone number, right? So did that happen in Andy Young's time or did it happen in Jason's time? I don't know. But I don't have that goddamn fucking telephone number, right? I can't log in. I can't log into YouTube. And that's a long about way of saying I can't log into YouTube, guys, right? And um, and lots of people are going to say, well, get in touch with Danielle and all that. I've tried. I've tried a few times over the last few months. It's like Danielle's kind of disappeared, right? And I had my first suspicions, right, when a few months back we were trying to get uni back into the Telegram group, okay? And she was working with me just to see if we could figure out how to get him back in, and then she disappeared. Um, and then the last message that I had sent her on Telegram didn't get viewed for a very. I'm not going to put a time on it. It was a long time. I'll just say it was a long time. It was a bloody long time before it was actually viewed, because I took a mental note just to watch, just and to see if that message got viewed, because I needed to chat with her about a few bits and pieces, like so. But anyway, so that was a couple of months ago. So I first noticed that she was, and she did promise to be online for a while just to get everything sorted out and stuff. So just took her at her word, and that's okay, that's fine. And but when she didn't actually, when she wasn't actually logging in, that was the first hint I got, that like when we're trying to get uni back into the Telegram chat, and then when the last message I sent didn't get viewed for very long time, very long time, because I had a mental note taken, and at some stage, but I didn't take notes, and it's not important, man. It's not important. The only thing important about it is that it took a very long time before she even viewed that message, right? Because so indicating to me she wasn't paying any attention to Jason's phone, um, and she was probably quite correct in doing so. It's like, you know, you don't be taking on all this stuff from someone else. No, no, no. She had enough of her own problems to be dealing with. So, which brings us on basically to the here and the now. Okay. Now, last week, last last Saturday, I reached out to a friend of mine who may or may not have had contact with her still, to see if it was possible just to sort this stuff out and just finalize it, and let's say channel maybe or whatever. I got a response back the next day saying that Jason's number is gone, and that the number for Danielle is also gone. Okay. So just a moment of silence there. Okay. Gone. Paul is saying, respect to Danielle as Jason would wish. She's grieving. I don't know, Paula. I don't know. To be honest, I would imagine Jason would have wished her just to move on. But that's just my opinion, which doesn't have much standing. But look, that's everybody's entitled to their own. That's it's kind of like saying what I was going to be leading on to, Paula. Danielle is moving on. Okay, she's moving on, and we're still here. Okay, we're still here, and I think she's making a good decision by moving on. I don't care about all. You know, we can make this into something it's not, like, but the girl is moving on. She's you know, young woman. She still has life to live, and yeah, I can't fault her for moving on. Of course, it's grief. She has more going on. Yeah, no, no, you're dead right, Paul. No, I ain't taking nothing personal here, man. I'm taking nothing personal here. I've been in two minds about this channel for a little bit of time now. What the fuck we're doing here, right? Then it's asking just keep doing the show. We can do the show. We can do the show, but you're going to get like a rude awakening down the line at some point now, very, very shortly. And this is inevitable, right? So this is why the title tonight is this the end of Raconteurs News. I think we're at that. I think we're at that point. Okay. Paul is asking me what I want to do. What I want to do is irrelevant, Paula. What I want to do is irrelevant. Um, Tonight is more about what all of you want to do. Okay, I'm coming on here as a reporter, doing what I've been doing, and I've been researching ways to save Raconteurs News, and it's not savable. So, what do I want to do? I'm just gonna have a beer, right? I'm just gonna have a fucking beer and try to share with everybody the gravity of the situation. Because I don't know if how many people are so tech savvy they understand like the channel is dead, right? The channel is dead and it can't be saved. It's like and like look, in the background I've been sort of like doing bits and pieces. Like we can keep streaming, like, but at the end of the day, this is a question about what the community wants to fucking do, right? Hide and Seek is saying, I totally understand what Danielle is going through. My partner passed away 12 months before Jay, and he always watched Jay via Facebook. I've had so much stress going on since my partner passed that I. Where's the rest of that? Where is the rest of that? That looked like it got cut off. Um, I'm sorry to hear about your stress there, hide and seek. It's very, very difficult at the moment. Like a lot of people are losing loved ones. It's this is another story. This is another story that's just going nuts at the moment. Like the excess mortality at the moment, and it's hitting a lot more people these days. Um, and that's just my imagine. That's not just coming from personal experience. That's coming from my imaginings of what the excess mortality rate is just at the moment, which is pretty fuck much bigger than what the coof ever was. But anyway, I'm still talking about the channel here, peeps. Um, so basically, right? Basically, what we're facing here at the moment is we have access to a channel that we don't really have access to. Okay, it's There's no login credentials for anything, and if you were even to try, you need you need access to the bloody phone that Jason had. That sort of like allows access to Facebook, right? Um, so I have the login details for Facebook. I have the password, but I need a confirmation from a goddamn fucking phone, right? A goddamn fucking phone is standing in the way. So there's nothing I can do about that, right? Yeah, Paul is saying it's not hard if you want to do show, move over to somewhere and let people know, Jimmy. Yeah, no, we can do that, Paul. We can do that, Paul. But tonight is about Raconteurs news, and uh, it's tough for me to come on here and explain to people that I can't save the fucking channel. I can't do it, right? I just can't fucking do it. It's not through lack of trying, okay? It's not through lack of trying. But without the basic fucking tools, I can't keep this channel going, okay? And we're heading into a very, very dark time now, very, very shortly. YouTube are changing their how to this their they're changing their community guidelines, right? And they're changing specifically the medical misinformation thing, right? And stuff like that. So hopefully Robert is going to be watching out for this as well too, because this will affect him. But without an ability to get into the back office here in Raconteurs News, we could keep this fucking channel going. Like, but I see this channel going down. I see this channel going down fucking hard, right? And it's not because they're gunning for us specifically. It's just that we're going to fall into uh, probably certain traps and whatever that are set. Like, we've already had a tough time with fucking strikes and temporary bans and stuff like that. So it's and it's one thing being on the outside like me here, who has no access to the back channel. Well, you get a strike, okay, right? So what? How long are we fucking waiting here? Is it a week? Is it 2 weeks? Is it 4 weeks? Like the last time? We don't know, right? So when the new guidelines come in, it's going to get even more fucking complicated talking about shit, which probably means that they're probably going to be over the last year, they've been filtering all our code words as well too, because we all use particular code words when we're talking, stuff like that. So they've learned. They've actually learned. They've got their data gathering system, which is doing all the fucking learning for them. And I'm not going to call it AI because it's not fucking AI. It's data gathering. That's all, and some nifty algorithms for sifting through the fucking data. There is no fucking AI. It's a lot of bullshit, right? But I don't know how long we're going to be able to fucking bypass the censorship, and I think it's going to hit us hard in the second round, which is probably coming very, very soon, very, very soon. I'm thinking. I'm talking about this autumn, maybe, and so with no access to YouTube, the back office, we have no way of correcting. Even if we do fucking make a goddamn mistake, we have no way to find out what the mistake was or how we correct it. Like I mean, 2 weeks ago, I had a show lined up with Darren Anthony, and I put the show out. I couldn't even go in. Darren Anthony didn't fucking show up, right? And then I couldn't even go in and edit the fucking title just so it didn't seem misleading to people. And it's like, this is where we are on Raconteurs News. This is a dying fucking channel, man, right? Dying channel. So we have a small amount of time to probably regroup, if that's what everybody wants to do. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to second guess what everybody wants to do, but I just wanted to put this out in public just for now, um, and share what it is that I think is possible with Raconteurs News. So you've heard it from the horse's mouth. This channel is dying, right? It's in the process of dying, and it's not going to be long, okay? It's not going to be long. So, and that's nothing got to do with whether I'm willing to carry on and continue. Of course I'll fucking continue. Of course I fucking will. But in the meantime, as the ship goes down, just make sure that you get into contact with each other, exchange details with each other, make sure that you know where you're all going, make sure that you know where your fucking meetup points are. I mean, a lot of us meet each other on various channels, like we do. Um, I can go into any number of channels during the fucking week, man, for a live show, and I'll know that I'm going to meet fucking a load of raccoons there, right? And I know that, like, but how much longer are we going to be able to operate like this? It's unclear, right? It's unclear. I'm not sure how this fucking war is going. It's hard to tell, very very hard to tell how the war is going, who's winning, who's not. I would like to say that it's our guys, but what the fuck do I know? Nobody knows anything with all the fucking misinformation and shit like that that's going around. It's unreal. uh, hold on. Hold on. It's it has just become apparent that I've been forgetting about the chat, right? How you doing, Mavis? And Raconteurs News? No, never stop. I know I don't appear often, but Raconteurs News is bigger than you. It's needed. People need to talk. Keep it real. Well, thanks, Mavis, for that. Thanks. Look, Raconteurs News is going nowhere just at the moment, but tonight is just about sharing some cold, hard facts that I have learned over the last few months about what it's going to take to save Raconteurs News. So we have to be ready, okay? We have to be ready. And this is the problem with digital information, okay? This is a big problem with digital information. When it disappears, it disappears. It can't be recreated, right? So I wouldn't be putting my life savings into something digital anyway. I'll just put it that way. But that's what tonight is about, Mavis. Just letting people know about the cold hard facts, uh, and the inevitable demise of raconteursnews.com, or well, the YouTube version of it anyway, right? It's gonna die, and maybe it should. Like, maybe it should die, and I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I fucking knew. I'm just gonna go. I'll be putting out shows here. I will be putting out shows here, but I can't ignore this glaring problem, okay? And it's not something that should be overlooked. So if people do want to keep this shit together, I don't know. Time to move. Time to move. Okay. Danielle has moved on. Okay. This is the impression I get. Danielle has moved on. And maybe it's time for us to move on as well. So I was thinking how to frame this conversation. for about a week. I didn't know. I didn't know. Well, that's about as good as I can frame the conversation, right? Um, so now, you as a family, now going to have to take on board what I know now and process it, okay? Process it. I'm not going to be asking people tonight what the fuck we should do or no, no. It's time that everybody fucking knew the situation. I kind of seen this coming, kind of seen it coming, but I wasn't sure until I started testing emails and passwords, and then I realized, holy shit, man, this is a merry-go-round. I get it hard enough to manage my own fucking passwords. Never mind Jason's, right? Um. So yeah, tonight is about sharing with you what I understand to be true, and about where the channel is going, and about what's in store for it. And all I'm saying is, you cannot depend on it. As a community, we can work with that. Like, we can provide a place. I can provide a fucking place for people to meet up and chat and talk shit and whatever. Yeah, it's no problem, man. It's no fucking problem. But what does everybody want to do? Um, I would consider giving it careful consideration over the next month or two and just think about it, like what everybody wants to fucking do, because I can't. I've accepted now, okay? I've accepted now. Raconteurs News is dead. Dead. We have access just at the moment, but how long till something breaks down in the chain of data? It's looming, okay? So whatever you are going to do, decide soon. I think I will do whatever I can to facilitate any sort of move. Absolutely, it's without a second thought. Absolutely. But you need to know. You do need to know. Anyway, I'm going to catch up with the chat here, see what I'm missing out, because I'm probably getting a bit depressed. It's been tough, man. It's been tough actually coming to terms with this, man. It's like, I didn't sign up for this shit, right? And then it's saying Jimmy just tried to make us hypothetical chats instead of making it research. That way, it's not a chore. I don't know. Everything's a goddamn chore to me. I mean, I do my best. I do my goddamn best, but everything's a goddamn chore. uh, yeah, no worries, Nin. Strong crazy ideas around. I do that all the fucking time. Keeps me kind of sane. Timothy, aka Yuli, is saying, it's just a channel, make a new one and link this one in the about section. Yeah. No, there's lots we can do, but Yuli, the family together, I think the family together, will have to make a decision on this, whether because I mean, a lot of us know each other, right? A lot of us know each other. We meet each other out on all the other channels and stuff like that. Okay. Um, twice, 3 times a week, right? You always know where everybody's going to fucking be. So I think it's going to be important. Everybody's input on Raconteurs is going to be important for me on this one, which is why I'm going to take a moment just to say that I'm going to be monitoring the comment section in the chat afterwards. Okay. Um, I'm going to ask people to do something that I never would ask people to fucking do, and that is to like it, to like the fucking show, and to make a comment. Okay, make a comment as to what the fuck we're going to do, and if everybody likes and makes a comment, well, then we might reach out to some of the inactive crew that have been subscribed to fucking Raconteurs News and are not getting information from us for whatever reason. Like, you know, it could be a lot of reasons. Like, but for this one show, I'm going to make an exception and ask everybody to like and to make a comment and see if we can reach out to the community and kind of like get a broad view of what people want or what should happen, right? Because I don't know. I'm not qualified to make a decision on Raconteurs News. Look, here, I'm here broadcasting on the platform, but what can I do about it? Fuck all, right? Fuck all. So it comes down to what everybody wants to do as a community. But I'm telling you, like, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be straight up. I'm going to be factual with you. This channel is dead, okay? There's nothing I can do to fucking save it. All it takes is just one break somewhere and it's gone. Okay? Nothing I can fucking do about it. And I guess it's my job to be fucking honest about this shit, right? Come on, Paul. We're at the end of it. It does feel like that. It does feel like we're at the final curtain call for sure. Well, like I said, Mavis, it's not that I don't feel like carrying on, right? I'm just, it's just, I can't save the channel, man. Can't save it. Just, I can't save it. It's, you know, nothing I can do about it. Mascara saying, start a new channel. Call. Yeah, I'm open for all sorts of shit, right? Open for all sorts of shit. Okay, that I'm not going to overthink it, like, but I, I just have to be brutally honest with everybody. You know, um, nothing fucking worse than a goddamn red pill, right? Nothing worse. Jason will be turning in his grave. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Jason is smoking spliffs to beat the band up there, man. And I know what he's like. We support each other. The connection is real to many of us. We don't always chat. We listen and still feel the magic sense reality is best as tech can be. Yeah. Um, look, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be the in the middle dude, right? Because I kind of know how some of this technology works. So, look, whatever we decide to do, okay, this is not something we have to decide tonight. Just it's not it's not something that's, but it's just something that you need to understand and to know, and that like if we do decide to keep whatever of the family is left together and just come together and talk shit for an hour or two or whatever, or the after chats, it'll happen, right? It'll happen. I'll make it happen. Um, but it's just important that you know. It's like it's not easy news knowing that you can't save the channel, right? You can't, and that's just it's not possible. So, um, but we have time. We have a bit of time just to reorganize. We have time, and we will deal with it. We'll kick the can down the road a little bit. We'll kick that can down the road a little bit and not worry too much about it for now, but so you know, just so you know, okay? And it's nothing got to do with me not wanting to do it, okay? It's nothing got to do with that at all. It's just to kick up the hole from fucking reality, right? Anyway, come on, carry on with the comments, Jimmy. Hide and Seek is saying they would love the channel to continue. Yeah. Spanish, mate. How you doing, bro? What's Spanish saying? When I reach my final curtain, I hope it's a beef one. That's miserable, Jimmy. I'm about tonight. Even wankers. I'm on boot. Jimmy on boot tonight. Okay, yeah. What is miserable Jimmy on? Yeah. Well, hopefully now that you kind of like got some insight into what it is I'm on about. Jimmy, pass the Chang along to someone who can make it better than you can manage. I don't know how to respond to that. Pass the Chang on to who? How am I going to pass the Chang on to them, right? How am I going to pass the Chang on to them? Okay. I I haven't even thought about it too much, but I can already think of 3 reasons why I can't pass the Chang on to them. Because I don't have any login details. I tell you, Mavis, I would love to pass it on to you. Here you go, Mavis. There you go. There's the controls, and you run the fucking shit. And I don't have any login details, right? I can't assign you to a team. I can't. It's like, come on. So pass the Chirgon, pass the Chan along to someone who can. I don't have anything to pass on, Mavis, right? Jason's legacy. Not mine. Not mine. I'm just here to fucking deliver the cold, hard truth. Um, Mavis. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Um, I'm just trying to deliver the truth, right? Just I can't do anything. I'm as helpless as you. Helpless as you. Wow, good few comments. How are you doing then, by the way? Yeah, just yeah. Before long, everything is going to be censored. We've known this for years. It was only a matter of time, and this is another hurdle which is coming down the line now very, very shortly, and you're going to need to be licensed to get on the inter zones, right? You're not going to have access unless you got your QR code, right? This is coming. So even if I did go and set up and I have set up my own fucking streaming service, right? And we can fucking broadcast from there if people would get their arses off YouTube, right? But we have that available to us, but for how long? How long is it going to be until the next crackdown comes, right? And I think we're getting kind of a taste of it. I think something's brewing. Like we'll talk about that in a moment. I'll catch up with some of the comments here. BBC mainstream is dying. This channel is going so strong it needs to be stopped by a giant like YouTube with gaslighting, lies, censorship, banning, and so on. It's look, this channel is so small. This is a very very tiny channel. It's got a limited reach, very very limited reach. It's like it's not very very high target on anybody's radar. If it were a fucking target on somebody's radar, like it would be selling adverts and and the people presenting the shows would be selling gold and prepping stuff, right? That's what you'd have, right? So no, this little channel here is not high on anybody's agenda. I don't think. Just it's. It's a community of people in their own echo chamber, right? It's I know it's a horrible way to fucking say it, like, but it is what it is, right? We're all a bunch of people who kind of like agree to the same fucking to everything, right? Well, not everything, right? Not everything, but like quite a lot of things, right? So, for whatever reason, we're allowed to commune. We're allowed to commune here in our little fucking box, right? It's like, uh, but for how much longer until they crank it up a little bit more? So clearly something is fucking coming. And I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what exactly is coming. Like, but there's a lot of talk, or a lot of talk going around, man, about new variants and stuff. We'll get back to that in a minute. It's great to be here on this uplifting channel. Fuck's sake, Jimmy, punch yourself in the head, you twat. Get real and get happy. La 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 la. Fuck off, yeah, cunt. Holy shit, man. You know, it's one thing coming on to do a fucking show, but coming on to fucking get tormented by fucking trolls. So that's something else, man. I didn't sign up for that bullshit either. Holy shit. I have to recheck my fucking contract with Raconteurs News. I don't think any of that stuff was in the contract. Raconteurs News just needs someone who talks and tries to support those who are the receivers of tyranny and corruption of state. Raconteurs has lost its way. Raconteurs News has lost its captain, right? That's what, Raconteurs News has lost its captain. And that's not something I was expecting, right? Tell you what, I'm not fucking Raconteurs News. I was never Raconteurs News. I fucking hated Raconteurs News. When the lads decided on the name for Raconteurs News, I says, ugh, what the fuck? Who came up with that bullshit, right? Tony Hurst apparently. Tony Hurst apparently came up with the fucking name, raconteursnews.com. It's like, okay, all right. But it works for me. It works for me now, even though I fucking hated it, right? But Raconteurs News losing its way? No, it's not lost its way. It's lost its captain. You know, just. I mean, I don't know what to make of that, man. It's like, I'm here tonight to tell you fucking Raconteurs News is dead. Not lost its way. It's fucking dead. A dead entity. don't know I don't know else how to impress on you, like the seriousness of the situation. If your whole life is Raconteurs news, look, this is the nature of digital reality. It's like Raconteurs news is likely dead with Jason, okay? Anyway. This is worse and more drawn out than the time X told me. You up out of that. Brilliant stuff, Rich T. Yeah, it is depressing, man. 100%. It is depressing. Absolutely depressing. But I don't know what to do with it, man. I don't know what to do with it. It's like, you know, just coming up here to fucking chat with the fucking dudes and just see what the fuck are we going to fucking do? We're in trouble here. A little bit of hope, anyway. From the ashes will rise an even greater one, one which might have double figures in the chat. We'll be in double figures. Yeah, we'll have 12 in the chat. Yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm really digging this modern fucking information system, man. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody in their little chat box of fucking 12 people, right? But anyway. So Spanish getting thunderstorms and yeah, yeah. I do like imagination tonight. I do, but it's not easy coming on here and delivering bad news to people who thought that their fucking channel might be fucking safe, right? But anyway. It's what it is, and whatever happens, happens, Jimmy, and that's what we have to face up to. Yeah, 100% Kitty. Yeah, it's important that you know. It's important that everybody fucking knows. At the end of the day, I mean, I had a load of fucking news stories to cover tonight, and bloody, bloody, fucking blah. But this is the only thing I've wanted to talk about for this last week, really. Just just to tell people the dire situation, right? You know, so and my inability to fucking save anything, right? So, um, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. How you doing, Steve? And the name can change, but you'll always be Jimmy. Nice one, Steve. Nice one. That's good. That's cool. That's cool. I respect that. Mavis is still telling me to stop feeling sorry for myself. I don't actually feel sorry for myself, Mavis. I'm feeling okay. Just and life may not be great, like, but I have a lot to be thankful for. So um, I'm not sitting back feeling sorry for myself at all. Actually, I'm kind of feeling sorry for everybody tonight to be hearing this because it was a tough pill for me to swallow as well, too, in the beginning. So um, now that I'm sharing it with people, and hopefully they'll be thinking about it in the meantime and sort of like deciding where we go from here. Oh, you're a cunt. You're a whore. Brilliant. Good God, I'm way behind. Lots of talk about YouTube and censorship. Yeah, it's going to be getting pretty fucking. It's going to be getting serious. It's going to be getting serious, folks. The censorship is going to be kicking into action now, very, very shortly. Yeah, I am. I'm behind. I'm behind Spanish, right? I'm behind. I'm trying to catch up. I'm doing my fucking best here. Um, it's when you got a load of jabbering people in the fucking chat box and trying to keep up with them, it's impossible. I spent a lot of time on one person who's been assassinating me tonight for being unraconturian, so, I've just learned tonight that I'm a totally unraconturian, it's terrible, man. I think I might commit suicide now or something. I have to move to Canada first. I don't think we, I don't think we have assisted suicide laws in the country just yet, but they're coming. So, good God, yeah, way before time. Gonzo was asking, would you like some help, Jimmy? Um, I'm not asking for help here. I'm not asking for help at all, Johnny. I'm just sharing with everybody the bad news. It's not like it's a lot of work or anything. It's just take a couple of hours out, just to come in and fill the airspace and bring something. It's not a huge job. It's just everybody needs to know. It's not like it's a big job. Yeah, I think that's quite that is important, Mavis, because I think Danielle has moved on, right? She's moved on already. I know some people would prefer she mourned longer, but look, this is none of our business, and so um, yeah, I only knew one person with access to her, put it that way, and now I know she's unavailable. So she's moved on, and we need to start thinking and this. I'm saying this in all earnesty. We need to start thinking about our future as well too. If we're going to keep this going, whatever form it'll fucking take, I don't know, but just keep that thought in your minds. This is the whole purpose of tonight's show. I'm actually glad I went out for a few pints earlier. I don't think I could deliver this in a sober state. Good God, the chat is still going. What we got here? Spanish is saying, okay, Jim, if it's dead, don't make out the channel was all about Jason. It was about the people who watched, listened, and commented and supported it. Yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, it's the people. It's the people that made the fucking channel, not the broadcaster. It's the people. It's the family here, and but in a way, there's a lot of Jason. There's a lot of Jason in this channel, right? A lot of Jason. If we were to keep going, what would happen? You know, what would happen? His voice would get lost in the archives, right? Something else I've been thinking about. Poor fucker, man. Whole channel there, and well, I don't know how many years. 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years, and actually, I don't even know. Do you know what? I think I do. I think I do know when he started. I think he started in 2016 or thereabouts or something like that. Because I was interviewed by. Can you imagine me being interviewed by Andy fucking Young back in 2016 about blogging and shit like that? And so, so back in 2016, Jason would have been around. So he's at this a while, you know. He's at this a good while, you know. And if we do keep going, his memory will be lost in the archives, and probably forgotten about. So yeah, in a way, it's not just about me, you know. It's not just about me. I have to think about Jason as well too, and his memory, and so there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. Um, but anyway, let's not over fucking think it tonight, right? I can't help, man. Can't help. I wish I could help. Wish I could help. Wish I could pass the channel over to somebody. Go on, you run with it. You know. Wish I could pass it over, but I can't. Yeah, thanks, Spanish, mate. Yeah, yeah, that's true. No, I'm not saying I'm going to kill the channel. I'm just saying you. All I'm saying is the channel is dead, right? It's inevitably dead, and there's nothing I can do about it. When you know, and you'll probably you'll probably agree with me that like a lot of the data online is very, very finicky, right? It doesn't matter how many, like if I was to ask you, for example, Spanish, how many email addresses that you've lost over the fucking years, right? How many have you lost? And you've probably forgotten how many you've lost, but you've lost a lot. And this is the nature of the fucking internet. It's transient. It's in a state of impermanence, and everything data, everything got to do with goddamn data. It's prone to loss, right? It's absolutely prone to loss. It's worthless. Login credentials, shit like it's all worthless, man. Absolutely all fucking worthless. And and when you don't have them, there's feck all you can do about it, right? If you don't have those there's nothing you can do about it, man. So we have a bit of time, right? We have a little bit of time to prepare, right? But we're going to need to make a decision on whether we make a move, right? Or whether it's worth making a move, okay? That's, I suppose, the message of tonight. I'll tell you what, I'll even open the fucking door tonight and let people chime in. I mean, I'm not sure people are seeing things the way I fucking see them. So you're very welcome to join in and have your say. And, you know, I just don't know what to do with the place. And that's the truth. I'd much prefer to defer to people who are the, the longest here, you know. That's what I would prefer to do, you know. Anyway, hold on. I'm just going to take a moment, right? I'm going to take a fucking moment, and I'm going to play the boy from Sheffield again, right? I'm going to play the boy from Sheffield again, and I'm going to go take a quick leak. And when I get back, I'm going to see about 10 people in the back chat with their opinions and ideas on what should fucking happen, right? So.
Feeling old, smell like coal. Gotta get the wiggies cause I'm off to the hole in the road. I'm walking off school and I'm off to the city. Watching telly all night and I'm not looking pretty. See, I got this job downtown, selling knocked off ladies' watches for £1. For a really dodgy man that I met in a dodgy cafe. You know, he said to me, the girl who sold these yesterday wasn't selling very carefully. Police came along and took her and all my watches away. So if you see some coppers, you grab my stuff and leg it, boy, right away. I'll be in the cafe. Boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. So it's been a few hours and I haven't sold enough for my bus fare home. So you sell this pretty good, so I turn on the car for the lunchtime rush. With a smile and a wiggle on my small white touch. So the charm is working in the underground. I'm proud of men and really got it right. The watches they are going, the money is the flowing. Because that's a little extra, stick it in my pocket. Spend you later, spend you later. Boy, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I haven't sold a watch for an hour and I'm dying for a slash. I've had enough of this, so I'm off for a piss. Then a quick walk back round to the cafe. Sitting at his table, drinking something suspiciously. And with a glance at the watch, he says, how did you do? He paid me a couple of quid, then he said, would you like to come and work another day? I said I'd come back on Friday. He said okay. So £2 in my pocket, and another £5 in my shoe. I headed down to Castle Market, where the man who looks like Leo said, selling cotton prawns. Then off back to dinner on the Wiggers and then home. Making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield. I'm just a boy from
Okay, we'll pause it there. I don't know. It's probably, I don't even know if it was finished or whatever. I see nobody's joined in. Nobody's got anything to say, so that's A-okay by me. So I suppose if I was to cover one story, that I've been following over the last week and a half, it would be the Prigozhin story. Yevgeny Prigozhin, the head man from Wagner Group, right? The Russian military private corporation, which is now integrated into the Russian army. Moves happening there during the week to integrate Wagner into the military. So it's not clear exactly who done what, but from what I've been able to gather, it was a surface-to-air missile. It's still not known whether Prigozhin was on the plane when it blew up. Like, I mean, there were reports of two planes leaving the runway in the Prigozhin entourage. There was two planes. He done this out of habit, basically a lot of the time, just to. Well, I mean, like when you live like that, of course you have to take precautions. So um, nobody ever really knew which plane he was going to be on, but apparently they were all on the one plane this particular time. So conspiracy theory, not. Is he dead? Is it alive? Is he alive? Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. But I'll tell you what, over the last week, I've been doing a little bit of research into the Wagner rights. I'll tell you what, this blew my fucking noodle, and it kind of like vindicated my thoughts on the war over the last couple of months. Like, I mean, I got a bit of flack for my position, but I kind of feel vindicated a little bit now, considering what happened in Ukraine in 2014. Now, Wagner actually was born in Ukraine. Okay, that's where they come from. That's where the idea was born. Now, granted, they probably weren't called Wagner back then, like but that's where they come from, Eastern Ukraine, right? I didn't know all this, right? Prigozhin, like the main guy, he was Wagner, Prigozhin was Wagner. He said no, he was not. He was not Wagner. The creator of the Wagner group was a dude called Dmitry Yutkin. Yutkin, right? I'm just trying to recall from memory here. Dmitry Yutkin. He also got terminated, allegedly, in that explosion on that plane in Russia outside Moscow that Prigozhin was allegedly on, if he was on it at all, right? But this Dmitry Utkin, right? He's the founder of the Nazi movement. Let's see, not the founder of the Nazi movement, but what I'll say is, like, he's the founder of the Wagner group, right? Now, this Utkin, he's a neo-Nazi, right? He's a neo-Nazi, and he was basically created the Wagner group. What would you call them? What would you call them? Fucking a military ring, right? So Yudkin, he's a Nazi, right? He's the founder of Wagner Group, right? They're fighting on the Russian side, right? They're fighting on the goddamn Russian side. Now, Russia claims it's fighting a war against Nazis, right? It's fighting a war against goddamn Nazis. What the fuck have they got a neo-Nazi group in the form of Wagner doing in Ukraine? I mean, this kind of vindicates everything that I've been fucking thinking for a while. Hold on, I've got some visitors. Hey, Paula. Are you there? Maybe Paul doesn't want to be on. I don't know. But I'll tell you what. let Paula go for a while, and I thought a few people might come in and have something to say about what should happen to raccoons. But look, um, I'll open the door many times over the coming weeks and months. Okay, so and we'll get lots of time to talk about it. But getting back to this Prigozhin deal, and what I didn't know about Wagner Group is that they were neo Nazis. Started in Ukraine way fucking back in 2014. Okay, now what the fuck are neo Nazis doing fighting on the Russian goddamn side and now being elevated into the hierarchy of their fucking military, right? This is one of the reasons, right? And I'm gonna, I took a bit of flack for this. This is one of the reasons I took a step back because at some point in my thought process, I considered the possibility that Russia orchestrated this from the start, right? It's kind of like kind of like a little bit of a leaf out of the book of some sort of communist manifesto, right? Some sort of, I just had a revelation, right? And never mind all the connections with Israel and funds that were being funneled through to create the Azov battalion. One of the things that used to bug me, right, during the course of the war, right, was that there were prisoner exchanges at several points during the whole conflict, right? And the Russians always seemed to have this long standing that they were going to get the fucking Nazis in Ukraine and they were going to execute them or whatever, like, or punish them, like. But like, what was happening was like there was exchanges of prisoners going on all through the conflict thus far, where Azov and all sorts of probably sort of like fairly well up, like Nazis, like were being sort of like exchanged for Russian military personnel. I don't know. I'm not sure that was the case anymore. I have a bad feeling that they were just being recycled right back into the fucking system, man. You know, um, I've been at odds with what's been going on in Ukraine for a while now, so I don't trust anything I hear, see about whatever's going on. It's impossible. Like, you don't rely on fucking alt media for your fucking news and what's going on because they won't fucking know. And in fact, they'll probably just try to mislead you. Like, they they will definitely mislead you. The alt media, if you listen to too much of the bastards, they will mislead you. But the fact that I didn't know this shit, man, about the Wagner group and how they were born in Ukraine in 2014, and that they were all fucking, not all of them, but they're not all Nazis, but like I would imagine that a fair proportion of them are, right? So who is really running the Nazis in Ukraine? Who is really like, wow. It- it's a real rabbit hole. It's a real rabbit hole. I think I know, but I'm not going to talk too much about it at the moment. Like, but it's just, I think I know. I think I know. It's like the fucking Bolsheviks. They're still there. They're still at it. Like, the Mavis Revolution could go down as another pigs nowhere support. Oh yeah, that's funny. He was worth 2 billion, robbed all assets while Russian people lived in poverty. Yeah, there's a serious amount of poverty in Russia. There, yeah, it's unreal. It's unreal. I mean, you're probably doing all right if you're in Moscow or um, St. Petersburg or Sochi or somewhere like that. Like, but the average rural Russian has got nothing, man. They've destroyed a destroyed nation, absolutely destroyed. Like, what they went through in 2019 was unreal, unreal. Just, you know, fucking hell, the amount of loss of life, not just not just Russian people, but Ukrainians as well too. I'm talking about a war against Slavic people here, I think. And I'm definitely around to the opinion that Putin is at the fucking heart of it. You know, genocide of their own fucking people, man. A fucking genocide. Hopefully it doesn't escalate. Okay, hopefully it doesn't escalate now. I know it seems like it might, but I don't think it will. I don't think it will. I think it'll die down. I think it'll die down, but they'll milk it. The media will fucking milk this for all it's fucking worth, man, to keep the hype going because they have a serious problem looming with excess mortality. I'll tell you what, man, some of the numbers I'm seeing coming through, man, are just unreal. Fucking real. I was a bit depressed over the last 2 or 3 days thinking about it, man. It's just like, you know, if it's true that we're looking at kind of like anywhere between 25 to 44% excess mortality and rising, I think we have a problem. I think we have a problem. So try not to overthink it for the moment. Try not to overthink it for the moment. There's a lot of fucking bullshit out there about what's really going on and whether we're going to be in more lockdowns come winter. I don't know. I don't know what's going to fucking happen next, like, but there's a lot of talk about it. There's a lot of talk about it, but these excess deaths now, I think they're causing a little bit of a fucking problem, and it's going to be a little bit tricky to hide it. So we will just have to sit tight. We'll just have to sit tight and just wait and see. So we're at 1:43. About 15 minutes to go. So anybody wants to call in, help me test my audio, not to talk about anything in fucking particular. You're very welcome, man. Very welcome. Going to be cutting off here at the 2 hour mark. Well, yeah, it's been a bit of a solemn week for me. Now, to be honest, like the sudden realization that I couldn't save raccoons, right? And I thought I could. But that's been my week, and just thinking, what the fuck am I going to tell people? Just. Hey, Spanish.
What a happy fucker you are.
Yeah, well, what did you expect with a show title like that?
Fuck's sake. You're like a killer, you are. Fucking killer.
Yeah, but it is. It's a tough topic for me to approach, man. It's like, you know.
I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings about it, Jimmy. I mean, the show was fun, and you're just like fucking everything's fucking miserable.
No, it's a wake up call to everybody. It's a wake up call. That's all it is, man. It's a wake up call. This is a reality I've been slowly coming to accept now. So it's time for everybody just to hear what I have to say. And
Yeah, but you're dragging out like a fucking cancer, man. If the show ended, it ended. We were all there, and it fucking ended. We had happy times, but you're dragging it fucking out.
yeah. Well, I don't want to fucking nuts out on fucking other topics because like that's the only topic I want to talk about. Really, you know.
Oh no, but you could just be quite upbeat about it. Jason done a great show. It was usually really funny. You know, there's a bloke there with one leg in a wheelchair, comes up in the lift, funny as fuck. But you're just a miserable bastard. I don't know what's going on in your life, but obviously it must be fucking terrible.
No, it's not good, man. To be honest, I have a friend who is borderline going fucking nutsoid, and I lost an old friend there. Like Sean McNally died there as well too.
Yeah, my brother died in April, you know, but you know.
Yeah, rapid. Yeah, there's a lot going on behind the scenes outside the fucking show, right? Yeah, absolutely.
But
I'm not the happiest. I'm not the happiest camper at the moment, Spanish. You know.
You haven't been a happy camper for a fucking long time.
Oh, fuck off, you fucking cunt. How could I go wrong with cunts like you to fucking remind me about it?
Exactly. There you go. Look, life is what life is. It's a fucking ride, man. You're for a short trip. Shit happens. Shit happens to everybody.
Yeah, but come here.
Well,
I assume you didn't.
Did you have a meal in your belly tonight? You got a smoke in your hand and you got a beer. Fucking how hard can it be?
The truth is the fucking ultimate fucking purifier, right? So I'm going to ask you now, right? What should the raccoons do? I don't know, personally.
I mean, it's a community of people, and it's kind of like-minded people who like kind of funny content and interesting stuff, and you know how people sort of bounce off each other.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. I got this terrible echo. I'm just going to unplug and plug in again. Hang on.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm going to need to fucking hear because I don't know what Spanish is doing. Hopefully it wasn't my echo because we done the show last weekend and I was far from impressed. Very, very far from impressed. The fucking echoes in it were just unreal. And I haven't changed a goddamn fucking thing in my settings here. Nothing. So, hey, Spanish, are you getting an echo? Are you?
Yeah, I can hear myself talk all the time. Oh, that's better. Oh, a little bit in the background. Anyway, you miserable fucker. Have you got any good news?
No. Good news. No, I haven't.
Straight away.
I haven't been focused on you. Look, I'll be honest with you, Spanish. Like when this last couple of days, just realizing that, like, okay, the channel is lost, right? So, and that's kind of like been consuming my thought process because
it's not a channel, Jimmy. It's not a channel. It's a community behind it, and it's the people that's in it. You could call it Jimmy's fucking news. You could call it I talk shit. You can call it anything you want. It's the community behind it and the people that interact with it.
Yeah, I know.
So, okay, so you got no contact with Danielle. Just call it Raconteurs News Part 2 or Raconteurs News Back Again or anything like that. And
okay.
Carry on.
Yeah.
And how hard can it fucking be?
It doesn't have to be difficult, but the reality is this channel is dead, and that's just the reality. So,
Yeah, but in the statement you just made, the channel is not dead. The name of the channel might not continue. It will be there in historic reference, and you can always reference back to the old shit. But the people are the channel. Jason was not the single thing. I never knew AD, never watched AD, and the guys you said before.
Andy Young.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, yeah. I come along. I don't know. Kind of. I don't even know. It's been a few years now. Sort of round about COVID, and I tell you what, I used to fucking love. I look forward to Tuesday nights, whatever happened. I was home at fucking 8 o'clock for that bloke coming up in the elevator in the fucking wheelchair. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I'm afraid it's going to. I am afraid though it's going to. We can keep this channel going for as long as StreamYard stays alive, right? However long that's going to be, right? Who knows? They could go fucking belly up tomorrow for all I fucking know.
What, StreamYard?
and then it's gone. So
no, but you just carry on with YouTube as Jason did.
I can't operate like this, man. I can't. I physically can't do it because we're constantly fighting censorship fucking issues here. And
are you? What are you actually saying, Jimmy? You don't want to carry on doing it.
What I'm saying is, I can't do it like properly without the fucking backroom access, because when
forget Raconteurs News. Could you do a fucking upbeat chat and channel like Jason did?
Well, I could do a channel, right?
That's it. You're missing the point. What I'm saying is, the fucking name of the channel doesn't matter. It could be Raconteurs News, Old Arseholes. It could be anything.
I know what you're saying. So that's how you would envisage how we move on.
Well, you're a fucking old arsehole for a start. Paul ain't a fucking young. I'm old as fuck. Come on.
Yeah, we can do that. You know, we could do that.
The legacy of Raconteurs News is still there in the fucking archive. Yeah, always available for everyone.
Yeah.
To see. Right. Okay.
So far, until I fuck up.
See, the link can always be there, and let's be fair. If someone started a new channel, linked to Jason's channel, all the archive stuff, or anyone that knows us on, on the platform, would know where we come from, and it's like the family's still there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we could do this, but I think we're going to have to move, and that's what I'm trying to impress tonight.
Well, that's like most fucking channels on YouTube. You're going to have to move at some stage, aren't you?
I don't know. I'm not used to this shit, man. I'm really not.
Well, if you've got any kind of controversial views of anything at all, if you're a cunt, sorry, excuse me, ladies.
I don't listen to conspiracy theorists now, so that's probably why I'm so.
Yeah, but you probably, if you want to talk about anything at all that's controversial, you probably have to move anyway.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about the masking coming back and the vaccine and all that shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Are we still alive? Are we still alive?
Yeah. You're here in all your glory.
I don't want to get channel banned. But if you talk about shit like that, you're going to have to move to another platform, Rumble, Odyssey, whatever. It's like the Cookie and Pete and all that sort of stuff. They get banned fucking every week, nearly just for playing fucking music. It's ridiculous.
I know, and yet they still keep doing it.
and look, Jimmy, what I'm saying about community, at this fucking time of night, on a Saturday, I should be either in bed asleep, having a wank, or bollocks. But I'm not. I'm watching you on a fucking TV screen. So you can see that community follow people that do this stuff. And also, there's a few people in tonight, Black Dahlia, and there's a couple of people you don't usually see on a Tuesday. Do you know what I mean? Old school.
Yeah.
Do you understand what this was to the group? All you got to do, get a new name, start it up, put it be as fucking depressed as you've been tonight and a few other nights. It's a big turn off, mate. Big turn off. I mean, Dinner's fucking, he's fucking mental, but.
Yeah, well, look, this has been on my mind all week, man. It's like, to say that it was glib would be no understatement, It's like, it is what it is. I only just realized this week that, like, no, it's not possible to save this fucking channel, right?
Well, yeah, the channel's not dead. The channel's moved on.
No, it hasn't moved on yet. We're still fucking here.
No, you kept saying the channel's dead. The channel's dead. It's not dead. The people are the fucking channel.
Right, okay. So I need to find more. I hope you're not going to take some sort of a case against me for causing fear and uncertainty and doubt. Holy shit, man. I'm in trouble here.
Well, you're not really safe and effective.
Spanish. Hush.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, just about. Is there an echo? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got loads of echo myself.
Jimmy is our little doom fairy. He is our special person that communicates with us. We all gather here, and we all got a lot to say, and sometimes we have nothing to say. We just are there. And we mustn't worry too much about it. This is just a porthole, or whatever you want to call it. It's a place where we gather, and if it's not here, it might be somewhere else. If not, we could be gone. Just like woof.
No, massive admiration for Jimmy for this echo's doing me head in. For taking on the mantle after Jason died, he carried it on, kept going. But it's now getting fucking doomier and gloomier. And Jimmy's saying yourself. So you already got a full of tower, Jimmy, or you just go, right, fuck it, okay, we'll move on. Is somebody got another YouTube channel open? Why is this echoing so much?
It's not me, and this has started since fucking last week, man. That fucking interview with Darren Anthony, man. I don't know what's changed. I don't know what's fucking changed in the audio. We seem to have a constant fucking echo. Never used to be like this.
I got so used to the echo, we put the YouTube back on there so I can see. Fuck off, Dennis.
Is Denny in there, is he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, come on, Denny. So anyway,
pop back out. I'll pop back in a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill the stream here now, and I'll pop the invite link for anybody else who wants to come into the back room and have their say, which is going to be important as we go forward, if we go forward. So there's the join in link. So thanks for joining in tonight. I'm going to cut it off now here at the 2-hour fucking mark. You've listened to me pine now over the loss of Jason and loads of fucking shit now here tonight, and the situation that we're in. So all I will just say is, just if you can, just leave a comment. Maybe leave a comment at the bottom of this fucking video. What you think we should fucking do? What's the plan? I'm definitely not going to decide it on my own. I swear to God. I'm not going to decide. I'll go with the community, right? And we'll take it from there. I'll be keeping an eye on the comments and stuff like that. And you got the link to join in the after show if you want to have a say or have something to say about it on the QT. That's fine. So thanks for tuning in. It's been one of those nights, one of those weeks for me, to be honest. And it's not been It's been quite a depressing week now, to be honest, in all fairness, but I'm not going to bore you with that bullshit right now. So we'll see you here next Saturday night, same time, same place, and hopefully I won't be as depressing. Take care, everyone.